Hey guys, welcome back to the channel with the Season 2 finale of The Expanse. Super excited for this, especially after last episode. That was so emotional. Oh, Naomi's part was just amazing. And now our heroes are in a very bad situation right now. The Protomolecule human hybrid has made it onto the ship. I'm actually not entirely sure if it made it inside. It looked like it might have clawed its way in. Either way, it's a bad situation because I don't know where they're going now that Tycho is no longer a base they can return to. But yeah, it's not a good situation whatsoever. And hopefully, yeah, if they wound up going to Ceres or Tycho and let loose the Protomolecule human hybrid on a huge amount of people, I'm not entirely sure if it can actually spread to other people in the same way that Julie Mao was able to, now that it's been infused into a person. But I guess we'll find out. And yeah, in the meantime, Christian, Bobby, and Cotillard are stuck on Jules Pierre Mao's ship, which is not an ideal situation, shall we say. And Aaron Wright has forced Jules Pierre Mao's hand into helping Earth instead of Mars, or instead of both, supposedly. But yeah, curious to see if Aaron Wright will face any consequences or what. But if Christian comes back, I'm sure he'll want her gone after betraying her like that. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's coming up this episode in this season finale. Really, really hyped. But I will be taking next week off after this episode just to give myself a little space to edit more and do other stuff. And also to let this season sink in, because it's been a heck of a ride. And so if you're watching this on YouTube or Patreon, next week, no episode. The week after that, there will be an episode. And if you want to check out the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Otherwise, we're going to get started. Let's go. Oh! You took the first shot and you missed?
What?
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Well, that's disappointing.
Oh, man. Oh.
I'll take you to the
I
med
can
bay.
get there on my own. Doc will take care of me.
Doc?
I almost traded your lives to do it.
This does not sound like the man I walked away from on Caliban.
I understand why you did.
Jim,
He woke up a little.
it's nice to have you back.
Told you my degree's in botany.
You're a doctor. How's
He
it
meant...
look?
When he said doc, he meant
And
prax.
I'd say you have a fatal lack of chlorophyll.
Damn, Amos is ripped.
Sorry about your little girl.
You up for a little patchwork?
Sure.
All right.
Crap, she's gonna be the one to run into it.
What the fuck
Oh.
is that? This time we don't have a choice. We have to kill it.
Hell yeah. Can you space it somehow? I don't know. What's it digging around for? Holy crap.
I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna talk.
No, you're not.
Talk to it.
We're gonna shoot it.
Prax.
And we're gonna keep on shooting it.
The hell is that thing doing?
I don't know.
What?
What the fuck was that?
Let's go, crap. Watch out!
Holden, Amos, what the hell is going on?
Oh, shoot. Its bullets healed.
That panel, we
Bullet
have
wounds
to
healed.
override the lock.
Get out of here! You're no good to anyone dead!
Oh no. What made him change? What it made it change its mind?
Here, look.
I'm not leaving you
Your
two.
power armor is in this gift.
Why would you bring it?
For a situation like this?
I want to negotiate.
Really?
You do?
You do?
We better do something quick, because Captain's leg is crushed. You crush enough muscle and it starts leaking potassium into your blood. Your suit can only filter out so much of that, then your
Oh,
heart stops.
Crap.
You know a lot about how people die.
Yeah.
I guess I do.
About what I did to you on Caliban. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
You said that you needed to do something, and I didn't listen. I made you put me down. I'm trying to make choices on my own lately, and I can't seem to make the right ones.
Oh,
No
wow.
one's always right. I'm sorry I hurt you.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. I don't know why they didn't think of. Now it's gonna try and get to the control panel to turn it back on.
Working. It stopped digging.
It's gonna start coming towards you. It's that smart. Or it's gonna go towards Holden. Haha, 0G.
Oh, shit!
Hell no. Enough of that. Sorry, Haas. Powering up.
And that's the end of that. Bobby. Two of the most badass women on TV in my recent memory. Both named Bobby. Bobby Draper and Bobby Morse. You better get down fast. No, it's stopping.
You're losing a lot of blood.
I'll try to bleed slower.
Asking what the alternatives are.
Oh! I mean, at that point, you just... I don't know, just... God!
Oops.
Make sure the other one's down.
Oops.
Oops. What is he noticing?
Don't go looking for revenge. Take the ship and the guys and find someplace safe to ride all this out.
Are you saying you regret it?
Only because I don't get to spend more time with you.
Tell him I need calm access.
He's not even...
Sorry, you cannot go into shock. Tell him I need calm access.
She needs comm access.
I can't do that. I understand why you don't trust me.
Naomi said that the creature gets energy from radiation, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's following a nutrient gradient, like leaves growing toward light or roots toward water.
Cracks.
Throw something radioactive out the ship.
If we give it a better food source that's easier to reach, we won't have to force it out.
It'll go out by itself.
Lure it out.
Yeah.
This ship has torpedoes armed with nuclear warheads, doesn't it?
Come on, man. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on.
Do not come any closer. I swear I'll lock it down for good.
You haven't locked me out yet,
Yeah,
because as soon as you do,
there's nothing to keep you from beating me to death.
you're right about that too.
You locked yourself in here with
Where do we
me.
go from here?
The man you serve here, does he deserve your sacrifice? You're about to lay down your life for an unworthy master.
Oh shit.
It's not an honorable death.
Wow.
Do you think that you could throw me in one of those cargo lockers and maybe rough me up a little, so they don't think?
Sure, why not?
Just happen to have a nuclear warhead.
You made some pretty stupid choices since you've been in charge, but you're always trying to do the right thing. That came out bad.
Hello.
I mean, you were always trying to be a good man. Not everybody does, thank you. It's nice not having to worry about being on the right team.
You bet.
If you're going to sell me out, I understand. It's the rational choice.
That's not what he's
You
doing.
have to stop Ehrenreich. You owe me that.
I don't owe you anything.
My son.
Yes, your son. I failed my job.
Chernobyl died.
I owe him, not you. I'm paying him back by keeping his mother safe.
This is Christian Avasarala. Hold your fire. I'm coming out.
Oh, God. Bobby, you here yet? Oh, we're seeing it from its point of view. It's out there. It's out there!
It's out the door. It's headed your way.
Oh my god. This is beautifully shot. They were that close. It's not your daughter. Come on, man.
No!
It's not. It's not. Very last second. Wait, but can it change directions by itself, like arrows?
Firing up the barbecue.
Oh! That'll kill it, right? What? Oh shit.
You stripped it right down to its nuclei.
Ah, you, what the fuck? You did, what the?
You guys really? This is one steely-eyed man of science, our plant guy.
Plant guy.
Thank you. I'm glad you're okay.
Glad I didn't have to kill you, brother.
You too.
Ah, stop it!
We said no more secrets, but I've still got one.
Whatever it is, we'll be all right.
Bobby!
Sides change sometimes. What we think we're fighting for. But it just seems we can't ever stop fighting war after war after war. No weapon ever brings peace. No one knows what the protomolecule wants or what it's doing, but they are using it anyway.
What the heck? What the heck? It just got disassembled? What the?
It's part of the equation now.
Is he smiling?
Can't change that. I didn't destroy our sample.
And she's giving it to the
I never
belt.
sent our torpedo into the sun. There was a moment on the somnambulist when I thought I wasn't going to make it.
What did you do?
I gave the protomolecule to Fred Johnson.
Jeez. At least it wasn't Anderson Dawes. No, 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 no!
Sweet dreams.
Is she put on ice, or have they started injecting her with the protomolecule? That's the end of the season. Alright guys, a pretty freaking awesome season finale. We got 3 big stories this episode, one on Venus, one on Jewel Piermero's ship, and the one on the Rocinante. I guess we can start with Venus, Iturbi, and Colonel Janus. And I thought their story was actually going to go somewhere. I thought they would survive past this season because Iturbi seemed to be like getting his flirt on with one of the engineers in a previous episode. So I thought that was gonna... The one who was joking about Colonel Anus. I thought that their story would continue. But yeah, the crater on Venus, the protomolecule, they were saying that the atmospheric acid levels were going up while the temperature on the planet was falling, meaning that the protomolecule was converting energy in the form of heat to do something. And yeah, I was kind of like very curious what would happen, but then like the Martian ship passed them and like disappeared. And then when they got down there, the protomolecule just like disassembled the ship into 100,000 little tiny pieces. That was an incredible sight. But I'm also very curious what use the protomolecule has for that. Is it trying to build a different ship so that it can fly itself off Venus? Would it be capable of just taking over Venus and making it into another Eros? That would be incredible too. Though it's still, I'm curious if it still has the consciousness of Julie and maybe even Miller in there. That would be really interesting. But yeah, a lot of more questions than answers, really. But that scene was just beautiful. It was just like, it stopped and was hovering there, and then it was amazing. All right. And then we have Bobby, Kotyar, and Christian. Kotyar thinking about handing over Christian for his own safety. Quotation marks, because yeah, I thought all along that he was just like playing along. Like, he started to try to draw this whole thing out and buy time, and what better way besides like a long negotiation, right? And he started pretending to think about it to buy time, and then she thought he was for real. But he was just taking over because, yeah, it would make, like, he knew what to say to make it more drawn out. And then when she realized what he was doing, she risked her life to save his, which was never gonna work. Like, Jules Pierre Mao, Aaron Wright essentially told him to take care of the mess and like come back. So she had to die. And like, did you forget Bobby was on the way? Oh man. But yeah, I'm glad Bobby came at the end. That was very cool. That suit is amazing. Yeah. And I love the way she threatened that engineering guy. She's just like, yeah. I've heard this line somewhere before. I'm not sure in what. Like, yeah, you didn't lock me out. Like, you locked yourself in with me. And that's exactly essentially what happened. And yeah, that guy she gave this speech about how he's Jules Pierre Mao is a unworthy master, and there's no honor in like dying for that. So that was a really, really cool moment for her. The whole season was kind of building towards, like, we never got to see her be like a complete badass in the field. We saw her like behind the scenes, like arm wrestling a machine and fighting doing like a training mission on Mars. But this was like the first time we saw her like really fight. And yeah, it was also funny that time when she was like trying to use the gun that was like tagged to that guy's DNA or like his fingerprints or something, and he was like, oops, and then she beat the crap out of them anyway. 2 armed men, and she destroyed them. But yeah, she finally made it to them. They'll probably make it off the ship. I don't know if they're gonna skip ahead though. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen right after the finale. Like, is there gonna be a time jump? Are they just gonna wind up back on Earth? Or if when the next season starts, they'll just still be on the ship trying to get off. No spoilers. I'll find out soon enough. But yeah, then we have the story on the Rocinante, and I'm glad the crew found out about the proto-human like hybrid thing through the surveillance systems, because I was not gonna be ready for some jump scare. And they were gonna send Naomi to do like patchwork. And yeah, we see why it was so freaking formidable. It's basically a bullet sponge. It can take gunfire and just like heal up. And now that I think about it, like 300 years into the future, and we're still using like metal bullets. I mean, at least they have guns that will only fire if the owner presses the trigger. And it seems like they have a lot of rounds. I don't remember seeing Kotyar like reload once. He did open his magazine to check how many bullets he had left, but he fired a bunch and never had to reload. Yeah, I wonder at what point we'll get like blasters from Star Wars or something. But yeah. And yeah, they go to take it down. Amos and Holden go to take it down, but it throws a storage container. Holden actually pushes Amos out of the way, but doesn't get away himself and gets his leg crushed. And I can't imagine how much that how painful that'd be. Amos said that he like the crush muscle would leak potassium into your blood, which eek. And Prax's line was so good. Like, you know a lot about how people die. It's true, and it's funny. But then, yeah, Naomi takes the time to talk to Amos about having to drug him back up on the somnambulist and try to apologize. And yeah, she tried to apologize, but I knew he was gonna apologize right back. I knew he was gonna like make it like his own fault, which like he feels like he upset the natural order of their relationship by not following like he normally does and forcing her to take action against him. But yeah, he's actually like very kind of very kind of soft in a way. And yeah, it just turns out that he was trying to make more decisions for himself, which is great. Because I think that's the natural progression. Because that time he scared the kid on Tycho when the refugees from Ganymede were coming in. In retrospect, he realized that like Holden and Naomi aren't gonna constantly be giving me orders and like guiding me. Like, I need to hone my own sense of self and my own decision making, which, God bless his soul. And God, he's such an interesting character. Because he clearly wants to be better, but in the meantime, he's trying to just like follow orders and everything. And then Prax with the save, figuring out a way and to get the freaking protomolecule human off the ship. And yeah, that whole scene with it, where we like see it almost from behind, like it almost seems like we're seeing it from its point of view, seeing the ship from its point of view, but then it turns out like he just like jumps out of the ship. That was like just masterful cinematography. Was that all completely just like CGI? Yeah, it was fascinating to watch, and I climbed so fast. Prax thought it might have been his daughter. He couldn't let go of the idea. It didn't resemble her at all, but there was nothing he could have done. He said he wanted to talk to it earlier, like last episode, I think. Or no, that was this episode. He said he wanted to talk to it. I'm just like, are you kidding me? But yeah. He let go he threw the thing at the very last moment when he realized, yeah, like it's not. He was never going to be able to find out if it was her, and holding on to it at that point would have just cost him his life, Naomi's life, and would have shot the whole plan to hell. And yeah, that was such a cool moment though. Like, get ready for a barbecue. Freaking Alex burned it up, and didn't even notice. Like, it was just like so focused on the radioactive, like nuclear radiation, and just burned itself. And I really appreciate the freaking slow motion, because that was a thing of beauty. But yeah, they're able to save Holden, and yeah, he's kind of calmed down. He talked earlier in the episode about how like him and Naomi had an interaction where she realized like, yeah, he's back. Like, he almost gave up their lives to hunt this thing down, and like, he realized that's not who I want to be. And so he's kind of back in the fold. He's kind of back to himself. And just as that happens, he even talked about with Naomi that he regretted his actions because it meant that he and Naomi could not be together longer. Just as he's like turning the corner, Naomi decides to come out with the truth about the protomolecule sample. I definitely think she made the right move, giving the protomolecule to Fred Johnson, but it has to be seen as a huge betrayal. I definitely prefer that over handing it to Anderson Dawes, though. I mean, come on. But yeah, this will most likely let Fred stay in charge a little longer. I don't think Holden will see it the same way, though. He doesn't even... Yeah, it's just... I mean, what other move was there be, though? Like, the reason you don't want to see Earth and Mars step all over the belt, then this is the only move. But yeah. Is this breakup worthy stuff, though, over here? I feel like it might be. Probably feels like it. But she had to do it. I mean, even I would have done it. I'm not a belter. But yeah. The belts... If the two mega powers have it, the group that's being oppressed needs to be on some even even footing somewhere. Otherwise, they're just going to be continued to be taken advantage of forever. I think I did like the last 2 episodes a little bit more, but this episode was still really, really good. I mean, ever since Home, this show has just been phenomenal nonstop, and I can't wait to continue the next with the next season. But I am going to take that break. I feel like I do need it, and I really want to let all this sink in. I might even rewatch this episode just for fun. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 9.0. Pretty high score, not a 9.5. Not as high as... It didn't make me cry like last episode. I was basically inconsolable. Champa, no. But yeah, what a great... It was still a great end to a great season. And yeah, hype for season 3. Anyway, guys, if you want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Next episode is not up on Patreon just yet, but it will be up next week. But there will be no episode on YouTube next week. And then afterwards, after we skip a week, we'll be back with season 3. Anyway, guys, yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like, really helps out the channel, and I will see you guys soon.